This is regarding, Madam Chair, on item 9 on our order and calendar of business for today under the reading and referral of proposed measures on the City Tax Ordinance number 26-001 series of 2026 of the City of San Fernando. Madam Presiding Officer, my esteemed colleagues, our dear guests for today, I rise today with respect for this honorable body and with collegial regard for the Sangguniang Panlalawigan of the City of San Fernando. I wish to raise in a spirit of constructive inquiry certain questions regarding the City Tax Ordinance number 26-001 series of 2026 which has been transmitted for us for review. I wish to be clear at the outset, I do not question the city's authority to levy taxes nor the worthiness of its public purpose. My concern is whether the ordinance before us rests on sufficiently clear and specific legal foundation, one that will allow this body to discharge its review mandate fully and responsibly. City Tax Ordinance number 26-001 is a comprehensive measure spanning 123 pages. Its explanatory note on the matter of legal authority states the following. This measure is in accordance with the Local Government Code of 1991, which empowers local government units to create their own sources of revenue and to levy taxes, fees, and charges. That is all. Not a specific section of the Local Government Code is cited as the basis for the tax rates imposed. This matters because the Local Government Code does not grant all local government units the same taxing authority. In particular, Section 151, which confers upon component cities the power to levy business taxes, is distinct from Section 191, which merely authorizes periodic adjustments of rates already validly fixed. These provisions are not interchangeable. Section 191 cannot originate a tax, it can only modify one that already exists on a valid legal foundation. To properly appreciate the question, it is necessary to recall the history of tax legislation in the City of San Fernando. San Fernando became a component city in 1998. Before cityhood, it was governed by the 1993 Municipal Tax Code. After cityhood and following the lapse of the 5-year moratorium on tax increases, under Section 55 of its charter, the city enacted Tax Ordinance number 2009-002, the 2010 Revenue Code, which comprehensively revised the municipal code. This was the city's first exercise of its taxing power under the local government code as a city. It was followed by the 2011 Amendment Ordinance and subsequently by City Ordinance number 17-01 or the Revenue Code of 2018, which codified all prior revenue ordinances into a single framework. In 2023, an attempt was made to amend the Revenue Code of 2018 through Draft Tax Ordinance number 24-001. That attempt did not ripen into an ordinance. The following year, Draft Tax Ordinance number 25-001 was introduced, substantially identical in context to Draft number 24-001, with the same objective of increasing business tax rates by 50%, and now, City Tax Ordinance number 26-001 is before this body. What makes this history legally significant is the following. Draft Tax Ordinance number 24-001 cited Section 191 of the Local Government Code as its legal basis. The provision that authorizes local government units to adjust tax rates subject to a 10% ceiling and a 5-year interval. Draft Tax Ordinance number 25-001, identical in substance, cited Section 151 instead. The provision that grants cities the authority to impose taxes at rates of up to 50% higher than those allowed for municipalities. Two consecutive draft ordinances, the same in content, anchored on two entirely different provisions of law. City Tax Ordinance number 26-001 cites neither. Its explanatory note states only, this measure is in accordance with the Local Government Code of 1991, which empowers local government units to create their own sources of revenue and to levy taxes, fees, and charges. Not Section 151, not Section 191, the Local Government Code as a whole without identifying which of its provisions the city is relying upon. A reading of the ordinance itself raises further Observations worth noting: first, the ordinance is titled as an ordinance enacting the 2026 Revenue Code, language that in Philippine local legislation signals a foundational first-time measure. An ordinance that enacts a revenue code anew cannot simultaneously be an adjustment of prior tax rates under Section 191, as there would be no prior rates to adjust. Second, the repealing clause names no prior ordinance. No predecessor revenue code is identified by title, number, or date, an unusual omission if this ordinance is meant to be understood as the latest in a continuing series of revenue measures. Third, the tax rates themselves, such as 48.75% of 1% on manufacturers and 2.6% on retailers, are clearly city-level rates consistent with Section 151 authority. The rate suggests Section 151 as the proper basis. What is absent is any statement to that effect. Notably, Section 8.03 of the ordinance correctly cites Section 59 and 511 of the Local Government Code on publication requirements. The procedural provisions are named, the substantive ones, however, are lacking. In light of the foregoing, I respectfully place before this honorable body the following questions. First, why does the explanatory note not identify the specific section or sections of the Local Government Code that authorizes the tax rates imposed by the City Ordinance number 26-001? Second, is this ordinance or is Tax Ordinance number 24-001 before it the first ordinance by which the city imposed these business taxes under the Local Government Code? If so, the invocation of Section 191 in Tax Ordinance number 24-001 legally sufficient, given the Section 191 presupposes an existing rate to adjust. Third, if this is a successive revenue code, why does its repealing clause not name its predecessor? And what is its unbroken chain of legal authority from the original imposition to the present? I respectfully suggest that the appropriate committee request a formal written clarification from the City of San Fernando identifying with specificity the legal basis for the rates imposed in City Tax Ordinance number 26-001. I also suggest that the Committee on Trade, Commerce, and Industry, the Provincial Treasurer, the Provincial Accountant, a representative from the Department of Interior and Local Government, as our resource speaker, render a written opinion and participate in the review process given the fiscal and economic implications of this measure. We have already received a PLO opinion as of the moment, as this has already entered our system last week, and the PLO opinion also states that they cannot render an opinion as of late because of the lacking supporting documents of said ordinance. The power to tax touches the property and livelihoods of our constituents. It must rest on grounds that is clear, lawful, and transparent. These questions are raised not in opposition, but in the service of a review process that is thorough, fair, and worthy of the trust placed in this honorable body. The reclassification and the rates will be discussed in due time. Thank you, Madam Presiding Officer. And during the unassigned business, I wish to express my intent to pass several draft resolutions with all of my colleagues named as co-authors. A resolution conveying the profound congratulations of our governor, our vice governor, to the 19 municipalities and our lone city for achieving the 2025 Good Financial Housekeeping Assessment of the Department of Interior and Local Government, and a resolution commending and congratulating Mr. Michael I. Cosinagas of San Fernando for winning the Gawad Bituin ng Pampublikong Aklatan. Thank you, Madam Chair.